Recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in opposition to H.R. 1005, the Combating the Lies of Authoritarians in School Systems Act. This bill will compel schools to implement new reporting mechanisms, monitoring procedures, and compliance structures despite a complete absence of any factual verified threats. Under current law, K-12 schools are not required to report funding from foreign governments or contracts with foreign entities, as most school funding comes from local property taxes, state formulas, and a little bit from the federal government. This bill would require schools to report funding or contracts with a foreign source. So let's be clear. There's no evidence that K-12 schools are under any threat from misinformation or covert influence by authoritarian foreign governments in any measurable way. If passed, school districts may already facing shortages of teachers, counselors, and support staff. Now we'll have to divert critical time and resources from instruction to completing bureaucratic paperwork, like what qualifies as a foreign source, who qualifies as a foreign source, and you've got to have professional development so every school principal and superintendent knows exactly who needs to be reported and how. You mentioned Confucius Institutes. We've got 15,000 school systems that will have to comply with this bill. 5 Confucius Institute classrooms have been found to exist in the United States at last count. And 15,000 school systems are going to have to put up with this paperwork. This is a very definition of unfunded mandate and imposes obligations without offering the capacity or funding to meet the mandate. Instead of strengthening our school system, it distracts from the urgent challenges our schools are facing, such as widening achievement gaps as reflected in the latest National Assessment of Educational Progress scores, the NAEP scores, and a growing difficulty in recruiting and retaining quality educators. So let's underscore the broader point. The colleagues across the aisle have remained silent as the administration has dismantled or is in the process of dismantling the Department of Education, undermining its legitimacy, capacity, and effectiveness. Most recently, the administration announced plans to move six interagency agreements, which would offload core functions of the Department of Education and spread them across other federal agencies. Yet this bill assigns additional responsibilities to what's left of the Department of Education. Simply doesn't add up. Who will be left in the Department of Education to enforce these mandates? So for these reasons, H.R. 1005 does nothing to improve our schools and everything to bog down schools in administrative red tape. So I strongly recommend a no vote and reserve the balance of my time and inform the chairman that I have no additional speakers, so I'll reserve my time until closing.